Welcome to this channel, where stories are not just told, they are felt. Today's story is not only about success. It is about hunger, loneliness, courage, and the silent strength of refusing to quit. This is the journey of a boy who started with nothing, no money, no comfort, and no support, yet went on to create one of the most powerful luxury brands in history. This story begins in the year 1821 in a small and forgotten village in eastern France. The village was quiet, surrounded by forests and rough land, where life was slow and opportunities were rare. In this village, a boy named Louis Vuitton was born into deep poverty. His father, Xavier, worked as a simple carpenter. He repaired old furniture and built wooden items for villagers who could barely afford to pay him. His mother, Corinne, made hats by hand, sewing from early morning until night. They worked hard every day, yet money was always short. Some nights, the family slept with empty stomachs. Louis grew up in a small wooden house with cracked walls and a leaking roof. During winter, icy winds entered through the gaps. There was no heating, no comfort, and no sense of security. Life taught him early that survival itself was a challenge. As a child, Louis did not have toys or books. He did not attend school regularly. Instead, he helped his father, lifting heavy wood, cleaning tools, and learning how to work with his hands. His fingers became rough, his clothes stayed torn, and hunger became familiar. But inside Louis lived something rare. He was curious. Every time travelers passed through the village, carrying large trunks and wearing fine clothes, Louis would stop and stare. He wondered where they were going, what their lives looked like, and who made the trunks they carried. He had never left his village, but his mind traveled far beyond it. Then tragedy struck. When Louis was only 10 years old, his mother fell seriously ill. There were no doctors nearby and no money for treatment. Day by day, her strength faded. One cold morning, she passed away quietly. That moment changed everything. His father became distant and broken. The warmth of the home disappeared. Louis felt alone, unseen, and forgotten. Standing beside his mother's grave, he made a decision that would shape his entire life. He would leave. He would not accept a life decided by poverty. At the age of 13, with no money, no map, and no support, Louis packed a small bag. Inside it were a few clothes and a heart full of determination. Paris, the city of opportunity, was nearly 470 kilometers away. People would have called it impossible. Louis called it necessary. Before sunrise, without telling anyone, he took his first step on the long road to Paris. The journey from his village to Paris was not a simple walk. It was a test of survival. Louis walked through forests, across muddy roads, and into unfamiliar towns. Some days, his feet bled. Other days, hunger twisted his stomach so badly that he could barely stand. When luck was kind, farmers allowed him to work in exchange for food. When it wasn't, he slept under trees, barns, or open skies, clutching his bag as his only possession. Rain soaked his clothes. Cold nights froze his bones. Yet every morning, he stood up and kept walking. Months turned into years. For nearly 2 years, Louis moved forward step by step. He learned discipline, patience, and endurance, lessons no classroom could teach. Finally, exhausted and thin, he reached Paris. But Paris was not a dream waiting with open arms. The city was loud, crowded, and unforgiving. Wealth and poverty lived side by side. While elegant women entered bakeries, beggars searched the streets for crumbs. Louis had no home, no job, no money. The first night, he slept inside an abandoned cart near a bakery, surrounded by noise, cold air, and fear. But fear did not defeat him. The next morning, he searched for work. Shop after shop rejected him. He had no skills, no connections, and no experience, at least none that mattered to them. Days passed. Hunger weakened him. Still, he refused to quit. One evening, he noticed a man struggling to carry a heavy wooden trunk into a workshop. Without thinking, Louis rushed forward and helped him lift it. Inside, the shop was filled with beautifully crafted trunks. The smell of wood and leather filled the air. The owner, Monsieur Marichal, observed the boy carefully. "You're strong," he said. "What do you want?" "I want to work," Louis replied. "Can you make trunks?" "No," Louis said honestly. "But I can learn." Something in his voice, firm, fearless, caught the man's attention. "Come tomorrow," Marichal said. "No pay at first." Louis had earned his first chance. Louis worked harder than anyone else in the workshop. He arrived before sunrise and left after sunset. At first, he swept floors, cleaned tools, and carried materials. But he watched everything. At night, after everyone left, he practiced alone, cutting wood, stitching leather, and copying designs. One morning, Marichal noticed a trunk panel left behind. It was clean, precise, and well-made. From that day, Louis became a true apprentice. Years passed. His skill grew. His reputation spread. Wealthy clients began asking for trunks made specifically by him. Then came the moment that changed history. One day, Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III, visited the workshop. She wanted something different, lighter, more elegant, and practical. Louis proposed an idea no one had tried before: a flat-top trunk covered in waterproof canvas instead of heavy leather. The Empress agreed. Louis worked day and night. When the trunk was finally presented, it stunned everyone. It was beautiful, stackable, and revolutionary. "You will be my personal trunk maker," the Empress declared. From that moment, Louis Vuitton was no longer invisible. With growing demand, Louis opened his own workshop under his name. He focused on quality, not quantity. He sold only to those who valued craftsmanship. Even war and economic collapse could not destroy his vision. When peace returned, his brand rose stronger than ever. He expanded, trained workers, and created designs the world had never seen. Before his death in 1892, Louis passed his values to his son: never lower standards, never chase the masses, protect the name. His son Georges introduced the LV monogram, protecting the brand from imitation. Generations later, Louis Vuitton became more than a brand. It became a symbol of resilience. From a hungry boy walking barefoot to Paris, to a global luxury empire, this was not luck. This was discipline, courage, and belief. And that is the real lesson of this